What happens if Earth stops spinning for just 1 second? The catastrophic truth. First, we need to understand the scale. Earth rotates once every 24 hours, that's 360 degrees in a day. At the equator, the surface is whipping around at about 1,670 kilometers per hour over 1,000 miles per hour, faster than the speed of sound. That's why launches from equatorial spaceports get a free boost. Closer to the poles, the speed drops dramatically near zero at the exact north or south pole. So if Earth suddenly stops, the effect is worst at the equator and tapers off toward the poles. But even in mid-latitudes, say New York or Doha, you are still moving at hundreds of kilometers per hour eastward. Now picture slamming the brakes on the entire planet. The moment Earth stops, inertia takes over. Everything not physically fused to the bedrock, people, cars, buildings, trees, oceans, even the atmosphere keeps moving eastward at full rotational speed. At the equator, you are suddenly thrown forward at supersonic speeds over 460 meters per second. It's like being in a car going 1,000 miles per hour, and the road instantly vanishes beneath you. You, your house, your city, everything slams into whatever is now stopped relative to the new frame. Buildings would shear off at their bases and tumble eastward like dominoes. Cars and trains would launch like missiles. People would be hurled eastward, possibly hundreds of meters in that 1 second, before gravity and friction pull you down. Many would die instantly from impact blunt force trauma or being crushed by debris. And this is not just at the equator. Billions live within 30 to 40 degrees latitude, where speeds are still deadly. The air does not stop either. The atmosphere, weighing trillions of tons, keeps its momentum. Within seconds, winds would rage at hundreds to over 1,000 kilometers per hour across most of the planet. That's stronger than any hurricane, tornado, or nuclear blast wave. Forests would be flattened. Cities reduced to rubble by scouring winds carrying debris like bullets. Airports gone. Power lines snapped. Anything standing would be sandblasted or toppled. Even if you were indoors, the pressure differences and flying objects would make survival slim. And remember, this is just the first few seconds after the stop. Oceans are the heaviest movers. The equatorial bulge of water Earth is oblate due to spin. About 21 kilometers extra height at the equator would suddenly slosh violently. Massive tsunamis, hundreds of meters high, would race across continents, flooding inland for hundreds of kilometers. Coastal cities gone in minutes. As the stop happens, water would surge eastward initially, then redistribute toward the poles where gravity pulls stronger without centrifugal force. Even 1 second, the initial slosh alone would trigger planet-wide flooding and coastal wipeouts. The sudden change in rotational momentum stresses the entire crust. Massive global earthquakes magnitude 9+ everywhere would rip through tectonic plates. Volcanoes could erupt from the shock. The lithosphere would crack and shift, triggering landslides, sinkholes, and fault ruptures worldwide. Power grids destroyed. Communication gone. Infrastructure obliterated. Even mountains might shift slightly from the torque. Near the poles, rotational speed is almost zero, so less flying debris. But you would still face global earthquakes shaking the ground violently, atmospheric chaos, spilling over, potential magnetic disruptions. Though brief stop would not kill the field instantly, and secondary effects like tsunamis reaching polar coasts. No place is truly safe, but poles might have slightly higher survival odds in the first second. After that 1 second, Earth starts spinning again. The planet accelerates back to normal speed, but now everything is already in chaos. Debris fields, flooded lands, ruined cities. The resuming spin would stir up the mess, even more winds, reversing oceans sloshing back. Survivors scarce. Civilization likely collapsed. Electronics fried from EMP-like effects possible from massive charge shifts. Long-term, even brief disruption could alter climate subtly for years. But realistically, a true sudden stop defies physics without insane energy input like a cosmic collision. It's impossible naturally, but the thought experiment reveals how delicately balanced our world is. So what happens if Earth stops spinning for just 1 second? In that blink, inertia turns our peaceful planet into a death machine. Supersonic winds, mega-tsunamis, global quakes, flying debris, billions at risk, civilization potentially ended. It reminds us Earth's spin is not just a fun fact, it's the silent guardian keeping our world livable. Next time you feel the gentle breeze or watch a sunset, remember it's all thanks to a planet that's quietly spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. If this blew your mind, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep why and what if explorations next. Why does time slow down near black holes? Thanks for watching. Stay curious and keep spinning with Planet Earth. Stay curious, Curious Corner.